my name's Juanita Dellaway. My title, my official title is Rapid Transformational Therapist. I don't use that often because a lot of people don't know what it means. So I thought I'd start with telling you a bit about myself. I find people's stories incredibly interesting, particularly in the small business world. So where I started out originally was as a nurse. So I trained as a nurse and then went into surgical and neurology nursing. And after about 6-7 years in that career, I suffered with an awful bout of depression, which knocked me off my feet. Eventually I lost my job and I never went back to nursing. I never could pick up the courage to go back to nursing because of my confidence levels and my self-esteem. So that's when my career kind of started. And once I got myself back up after 4 years, I had to take 4 years out. I moved into bizarrely training GPs on how to use the internet. That's a laugh and a half. That's like herding sheep. Sorry if there's any GPs in the room. And then I moved into IT healthcare. So because I had a clinical background, I moved into IT healthcare. So I traveled all over the country, all over Europe, training people to use clinical systems. And I kind of ended up in hospital systems. So, you know, when you go into a hospital, you book into the hospital. That's where I ended up. And I loved it. I traveled all over the country. I got to meet some amazing people and did some crackingly wonderful things. And during that, I also did some training in counselling because of my own journey with mental health. I wanted to give back. I'd had lots of people giving me and I wanted to give back. I didn't take that up as a career for lots of reasons. Anyway, so by 2018, end of 2018, I left corporate and I trained as a rapid transformational therapist. And then it was kind of middle of last year. I thought, okay, well, now I'm a therapist. What do I do? I'm actually a business as well. So that was the trickiest part, is to get myself as a business. So now I'm up and running. And so what do I do? Sometimes I find people get a bit confused about what hypnotherapy is. So hypnotherapy is just a tool to help us access what lies beneath, really. All of our habits and our beliefs sit in our subconscious. You know, like when you're driving a car, we don't think about it once we've been doing it for so many years. And that's the same as our beliefs and our habits. We don't think about it. They're all stored at a subconscious level. So what I do is help people to understand where those beliefs come from. And I work with limiting beliefs and destructive thinking. So if any of you are brave enough, if any of you know that you've got a limiting belief, you don't have to say, just put your hand up and think that you've got a limiting belief. There you go. Quite a few of us got limiting beliefs, and lots of people find that they stop them moving forward in business, stop them moving forward in life, as well as the destructive thinking, and that can be quite damaging. So I help them to understand where it comes from, because most of the time it comes from childhood. Help them to reframe it. So, you know, you might have that limiting belief, whatever it is. One of mine was that I was stupid. Well, that stems from my childhood. It really isn't important as to where I am now. So reframe it, stick it back where it belongs. It's back at a point when you were 7 or 8 and you made these beliefs up about yourself. So reframe it and give them positive words based on how they want their life to be. When people come to me, they're at a point that they want to change, so they know something's wrong, so they want to change it. So it's about getting what the client wants their life to be. What do you want your day to look like? You know, if you had a belief that I can't go out in public, or I don't want to mix with people, if the reverse were true, what would your day look like? Well, I'd want to get up and I'd want to be able to talk to all these lovely people. I'd want to be able to go and have a coffee with a few mates, all of those things. And the part for the client, the really part that they need to concentrate on is to listen to the recording. So they get a recording from me, and they listen to that for 21 days, minimum of 21 days. Our habits are formed from 21 days up to actually over 100. So they listen to it every single day. So how do I do that? Well, there's, I don't know if you've heard of a lady called Marissa Peer. Anybody heard of a lady called Marissa Peer? No? No. She's a very, she's a world famous therapist, and she's worked with lots of sports people, lots of celebrities, and she's a hypnotherapist. And she, over the years, has developed a system using lots of different modalities, all put into RTT. So things like CBT, NLP with language. I know that Tina knows what NLP is. So language, and getting people to look at the positives in life. So she put this all together, and she started training it out about 6 years ago now. And it's growing and growing and growing because of its success rate. And I do it, I train in it because it helped me. So the reason I left corporate is because I was in a really good job with really good people, but in my head, I was telling myself how rubbish I was, and that I had no confidence, and everybody was better than me, and that I was stupid, and I was struggling to actually get control of these thoughts, and I was exhausted by it. And I sought help. And doing this therapy was the one thing that actually made me realize my thoughts are mine, and if they're mine, I can control them. I'm not saying it was easy, because it wasn't. It's a lifetime of negative thinking about myself. So then I thought, well, this works. So that's why I do it. Absolutely love doing it. I absolutely love helping people to change their own thinking. And it's the reason it's called Rapid is because the idea is that we don't want people coming back to us every single day talking about the same old stuff. I want them back in the world and functioning how they want to be. So normally with clients, it's between 1 and 3 sessions, depends on what they uncover. So things that I help with are anxiety. So all of our beliefs present themselves with symptoms, or all of our negative thinking present themselves as symptoms. So anxiety, it's classic, depression, procrastination, lack of confidence that stops you doing things, so you can't move forward. So all of those things are symptoms of what lies beneath. And it can be used for anything, really. And it taps into the brain's natural ability to change. So, you know, years ago, we used to think that our brains were static and we couldn't change them, but actually we can. So that's what it taps into, is that neuroplasticity, and we just work with that. So this is where we're going to have a bit of fun. And I'm just going to do this with you to show you how powerful words are. And being in a state of hypnosis, I'm not going to hypnotize you, but being in a state of hypnosis is all about being suggestible. And we're all suggestible. Some of us are incredibly suggestible. I know I am. And hypnosis is about getting into that state where you can give, where I can give the client really, really positive suggestions. But I'm just going to have a bit of fun with you. Okay, you all ready for this? Yeah, I'm not going to hypnotize you. Okay, so whenever you have a thought, you get a bodily reaction. Okay, so when you look at food, if you're hungry, what's going to start to happen? Your body's going to start to react to get that food. So you're going to start to produce saliva. You're going to start to have peristalsis in your stomach. Okay, so your mind doesn't know if that thought is good or bad. It's got no filter on it. It doesn't know if it's a lie. It doesn't know if it's the truth. So I used to tell myself I was ugly. Clearly I'm not ugly, but I did used to believe that. So my behavior reflected the fact that I thought I was ugly. Okay, so every thought has a physical reaction, and then there's a behavior. Okay, so what I want you to do is I just want you to hold your hand out, whichever is your dominant hand. Okay, and in that hand, cup it like that, you've got a lemon, right? And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you in your hand to imagine that you've got a big, fat half a lemon. And then I want you to put your hand close to your mouth, and you're holding that big, fat, juicy lemon. Now squeeze it, dip your fingernails into it, dip your fingernails into that waxy flesh. Hold it really close to your mouth and your nose and breathe in. And all those wonderful smells, all that amazing smell of the lemon, because really nothing quite smells like a lemon, does it? Okay, so smell the lemon. Now open your mouth, keep your eyes closed, and shove that lemon right in your mouth. Shove it right in. Get that lemon right in your mouth and start chewing it. Chew, chew, chew. Suck it, suck in all the juice, that's it. Fab, good on you, Stephen. Chew all that juice. Keep sucking, keep sucking. Chew out all that flesh. Chew it, bite it, suck it, chew it. Okay, now open your eyes. Did any of you have a lemon? No. Did any of you get saliva in your mouth?
I got a lemon smell.
Oh, amazing. Did it? Who else got saliva?
As soon as you said lemon, my mouth started salivating.
There you go. There you go. So what that's telling, what it's proving is that it's weird. It is amazing, isn't it? There's another one I could have done with you, but we might have had a bit of an accident. But it just shows you that our brains, they react to the pictures and the words you tell it. So if you're giving it negative words, negative pictures all the time, that's how your body is going to react. It's going to react to those negative things. So an example, public speaking. If at some point in your life you've had a problem with, you know, getting up on stage or getting frightened, and you've told yourself, oh my God, I'm going to die if I get up on stage. Right, your body has been told, if I go to that stage, I'm going to die. So then your body reacts to that. It keeps you away from getting up on stage. It keeps you away from talking because you've told it, if I get up on that stage and talk, I'm going to die. So the reverse has to be true, is that if you tell yourself amazingly positive things, your body reacts and your mind reacts to those positive things. So even if you've had a difficult childhood, even if you've had unhappy things happen to you, you can still get over the negative beliefs that come from that, because it's your story, it's your life, you can change it. So, and that's what I do with my clients. I don't get them to do the lemon, not unless that's what they want me to do. And I certainly don't get them to cluck like a chicken. And all the other things that people think hypnosis is all about. It's completely scientific. And one of the things I'm really, really proud about is that I chose to train in a methodology that is looking to expand evidence base, and so be as up there with counselling and up there with other things like CBT. So I'm part of a research project where we're doing outcome measures on the therapies that we give out and the successes of our clients. So I'm really proud of that, and it appeals to my logical clinical brain.